Hi, welcome to the first trainer. So we've got to page 59. We've done parts 1, 2, and 3, and now we're going to part 4. Perhaps this one is not the hardest one. The problem is that it comes fourth, and you've been doing the listening for 25 minutes non-stop, and you're a bit tired. So that doesn't help. Okay, you will have an interview, normally between two speakers. Okay, and 7 multiple choice questions, A, B, C. Okay, 3 options. It checks understanding, gist, general idea, detail, feelings, opinions, so anything basically. The questions follow the order. Okay, be careful because, for example, if you do it on the computer, sometimes you have the questions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 24, 25, 26, 27. What happens here, for example, 26, 27, I was reading them. I did the exercise today, I hadn't done it before, and I went down. So I did 27, I read 29, then 28 and 30. And then during the listening, I realized that it was 27, 28 because of what they said. I said, it's not this one. The question the girl asked refers to this one. So be careful, because if you do it on the computer, sometimes you have 2 columns and it's like 24, 25, 26, 27. So if you don't realize, you start going down, you're lost. Totally lost. Okay. So there in order, be careful. You have a rubric. Rubric is where you get the information. For example, you hear a woman called Alice talking, okay, and it's 3-4 minutes. You have a minute to read the rubric and the questions. Okay, it's really important that you do it really fast, because I did it. I highlighted the words, and the sound went off when I was reading the last one, and I started reading before, while the guy was talking and saying, you're going to listen to blah blah and you'll have a minute. That was like for 10 seconds. I was already reading, okay, reading and highlighting the keywords. So this is hard because you're tired from part 3, but it's my advice for you to get started on the next one, otherwise you'll run out of time. Okay, so you have to focus on the key information. So how does she feel? Okay, so Mrs., relieved, proud. So listen to it twice if you want, and decide on the correct answer. 3, 2, 1. B is the correct answer. Okay, why are A and C wrong? I don't know if you got some information. You have it here, so if you haven't listened to it, you can find it here. Okay, this is the cue. This is what introduces the question. How do you feel? So the question is coming back. They're in order, so that's relatively easy. So it's not A. Okay, this is what I started selling flowers that attracted people. Okay, she says that they will stop to chat. Okay, but then I was really glad when I started reading solely on the internet, which has been so much better. I've saved a lot of time, money. Okay, so she's happy that she stopped doing that. She doesn't say that was interesting. Okay, so this is the answer. I was really glad. Okay, so I'm relieved to have moved it all online. So glad when I started, which has been so much better. So she's happy about the change, and as many florists will do. So it's not a unique set, so you can eliminate C. Okay, so this is what it is. You will have something about the other options, but normally will be clearly wrong. Not always, but normally you will be able to tell it's wrong, and then you'll have the evidence for the correct one. Okay, so read number 3, sorry, was the second question, and the options, and then listen to it. You can listen to it twice to get the answer, and also to try to understand why the other 2 are wrong. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is A. You can listen to it and try to understand why A is correct if you got it wrong. And she talks about sympathetic. Sympathetic is that you understand. Okay, so you have to be sympathetic with your client and so on. She says that people understand that it is a creative job. And then she doesn't talk about herself being stressed. She talks about customers being stressed. So she has to try to do her job properly to help her customers be less stressed. Okay, this is something you can do. I don't know, trying to answer in your own words, like but it's difficult. It's a lot of information to answer the question, but you can try. Okay, so that was practice. Now the actual exam task. Okay, first, always action plan. Read the instructions, realize the situation, topic, who you will hear, who will be giving you the answers. Okay, then you read the first line, try to highlight the keywords, listen out for similar words or the opposite. Perhaps sometimes it's the opposite, but it's the same, like not difficult, so that's easy. Okay, this is what I highlighted before. If you can think of an answer, you understand what you need, perhaps then you can find a paraphrase. Okay, and then on the second listening, focus and try to continue paying attention so that you can double check your answers or even change an answer that you weren't sure of. Okay, so 1 minute, use this time please, and even when they start talking about this, read it quickly while they talk and do the actual exercise. Okay, like do the actual reading and highlighting. Okay, so information: Jamie Cole, he's written a recipe book, libro de recetas. That's it, that's all the information you need. Start reading and highlighting. Okay, when you press the file, when you open the file, it will start talking. You should start reading and highlighting, and then it'll give you a minute. So do it. 3, 2, 1. I hope you've done it. Listen to it twice. Once it's done, I'm going to start giving the answers, but make sure you've actually done the task, listened to it twice. Okay, so please make sure you've done it here. I hope you were careful and you changed. You went to the right. Okay, if you want, you can listen to the audio again and try to get the evidence and understand why this is correct and perhaps the one you chose was wrong. And I'm going to give you the evidence now quickly. Okay, doing his job, which was revising recipes, gave him an in-depth knowledge, so that's a good understanding of what people want to buy. So successful recipe, what people want to buy. Things I mentioned, colleague, but his colleague said that it was a waste of time, no? It wasn't worth doing. He didn't say that his own recipes were better. He was lucky, he had this editor of the magazine who put him in touch with the publishing house directly, and he was very lucky, etc. So he didn't write, he didn't do this, and he said usually people get an agent, but he didn't. Okay, most challenging, he had to go to a supermarket very often because he had to do the same recipe over and over again. This is true, but that wasn't the most challenging. The toughest, he said toughest, the toughest thing was, or that he said it, and then going to a supermarket took up a lot of my time. That was the toughest. Okay, he didn't have to do background because he had already done that. He had already done the research for his previous job. Okay, so that was easy. He gets asked whether the pictures have been altered. I think that he said they haven't. I don't remember. He didn't get any help. He hasn't been asked yet. I'm still waiting to be asked this, and no one has asked me about money. Okay. Now, people who are busy, okay, simple or easy to do for people in a hurry. Okay, so little time, people in a hurry. He said that he used usual flavors, easy ingredients. And this is about other books. There are books that go from beginners to like semi-professionals or something, but that's not his book. Focus on one part, okay, like Japanese blah blah, concentrate on what you do best, whether it's Japanese desserts, I don't remember, several things that he mentioned. Okay, he said that you could teach yourself what you need, that you don't need to bother with courses, so it's the opposite, and they didn't say this. Okay, these two are for next year. I'm planning blah blah next year, and next year I want to travel to Asia, but that's next year. Immediate priority is starting a blog, but I'm about to launch Jamie's blog. About to is something is immediate. So that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.